Unemployed. All right, so if you're wanting to get jacked, what is going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be going and running some errands, but most importantly, we're going to be going to Costco and showing you how I'm able to keep the physique that I have while also keeping it cheap. For me, as a Christian man, I like to keep it bare minimum. I don't like to buy all the luxury food at the grocery stores. I'd rather save on food and then spend my money on things like experiences, travel, going out to really nice restaurants, things like that. But my fiance hates me for it because I'm very bare minimum. Beef, rice, eggs, like the basics. But being an unemployed fitness content creator, I have to do the stay-at-home dad lists. So here we have not only a grocery list that we're going to go to the store and get, but we also have some errands we have to run. We have to drop off a rental tux at the postal office. We have to hang my fiance's mirror in our bedroom. And then it says strip bed, but I already stripped the bed. I think we just have to move the sheets over. Outside of that, I think I'm going to show you tomorrow's workout because I would show you today's, but today we're hitting chest, and I hit chest in the last video. So I'd like to show you guys something a little different. Here's that mirror that I have to hang up. So I had to go and get a bigger drywall thingamajig. These are the Wall Driller Plus Cobras, all right? Yeah, that's what I'm working with, okay? Get your stuff right. If you don't know who I am, my name is Blaine Riley. I do online fitness influencing, I guess you could call it. And I also do one-on-one fitness coaching. My content's really catered towards loving God, lifting weights. I love motorcycles. So really just follow for me. If you like those things, come along for the journey. If you're interested in joining my one-on-one coaching program, I help Christian men lose 20 pounds in 90 days. Honestly, even more than that. Some of the guys are seeing absolute crazy results. Maybe I'll put some right here, the results they're seeing. But if you want to join that program, go ahead and click the link down below and sign up. We'll hop on a call and we'll get you squared away. All right, I want to shout out Freebird. These are my favorite pair of boots I've ever had, probably. I mean, just dope for riding, good for just simple outfits. Not much of a fashion dude, but I do love like just a good quality pair of pants, a good shirt, and a good pair of boots. Like that, something about the functionality but also comfort of clothes is sort of my vibe. That's what I like. It's not necessarily style, but like if something is just made very well and it works. Like I wear these pants every day, and that's kind of, oh, my cat's fighting. That's kind of the philosophy behind my Christian clothing brand Withdrawal. Is like, it's outdoor Christian clothing that we want people to buy one pair of the pants and like wear those things every single day until they're, falling apart. Like I can wear what I'm wearing right now, these pants, these boots, this shirt, to the gym. I could wear them on the bike. I don't care, right? If I get a little sweaty at the gym, I honestly don't care. Link to Withdrawal is down below. Really cool stuff is coming soon. All right, package dropped off. Package secure at Walgreens. Let's get over to Costco. All right, so if you're wanting to get jacked for cheap, you have to eliminate variety. We do not want to have a bunch of wasted reps while we're at the store. We don't want to buy a bunch of junk, okay? So we're gonna keep things as simple as possible by eating the same thing for breakfast, the same thing as a snack, and then the same thing for lunch. Now dinner, that is where we typically have a little bit more variety. I'll typically eat the same thing for dinner every night as well, but it's nice to be able to switch it up and have, maybe one other meal, ingredients to make one other thing that might help curb cravings or just make things a little more interesting. But overall, we have to have that dog mentality. Eat the same stuff over and over and over again. You're gonna get jacked! Yeah! Costco. Fit check. All right, so before we go in there, I want to warn you guys, I'm currently cutting. So this is technically showing you guys how to get jacked. What I mean is super lean, look amazing, while also still being on a budget. All right, so to make things more understandable for you guys, I'm actually gonna break it up into meals. So we'll start with breakfast, go our snack, lunch, and dinner. That snack you can sometimes have twice a day if you want, but it's gonna have me all over the store, but that's all right. It'll make more sense for you guys that way. All right, first on the list is eggs. Eggs are a staple in my diet right now. So I will have around 5 eggs for breakfast, but if you want it to be even less calories, you can do maybe 1 or 2 eggs with egg whites. I think you can get egg whites here at Costco, but mostly every place has egg whites. Eggs are gonna be a staple in your diet. All right, so low carb bread, we're gonna pair this up with our eggs. So we're just gonna do eggs and toast in the morning. Now I will mix in my eggs with some kind of voluminous thing. So like with some kind of voluminous vegetable. So I've been doing a coleslaw mix lately. You can do like lettuce, spinach, whatever, just to add a little more volume. So we'll do toast and then like the egg little salad. But the next important thing to this meal is some kind of sauce. This is a Japanese barbecue sauce. Now you have to watch these sauces. This is not bad, 35 calories per tablespoon. I use light mayo. They don't have light mayo here at Costco, but using light mayo and mixing that with a hot sauce is really good, not only for this breakfast meal, but also for the meals that are coming up later in the day. So breakfast is done. Now for our snack is gonna be yogurt. Me and my fiance eat a crap ton of yogurt, especially she does. Now, I love yogurt because one, the macros are insane, but because you can make it taste super sweet. I'll often do like sugar-free syrup in it with some fruit, which is exactly what we're about to go get now. We're gonna go get some fruit. You can add some Splenda in there. This is kind of like my favorite snack, not only before a workout, but also just later on in the night when I have a sweet tooth. And I'm telling you, the more you start eating yogurt throughout the day, whether it's for a snack, whether you're mixing it in with your beef bowls or with your breakfast, making it like a spicy mayo, the more you start eating yogurt, you're gonna realize you're exceeding your protein goal so much. On a daily basis, I exceed my protein goal anywhere from 30 to 100 grams per day, just because I'm eating options like yogurt that have way more bang for their buck, way more protein for the calories. So for the yogurt, we're just gonna grab some raspberries here. This is what my fiance's been eating lately. Sometimes we'll do like frozen strawberries, frozen blueberries, just to add a little more texture, a little more crunch. It's kind of nice. You pair that up with the sugar-free syrup and it's boom. All right, so that is our snack. Yogurt, sugar-free syrup, and any kind of berries or anything that you can make it taste a little more sweet and enjoyable. So for the day, we have our eggs and toast. For breakfast, for our snack, we have yogurt, which can be eaten twice, 2-3 times a day, however much you want to freaking eat it. I don't care. It's a great meal. Next up, it's time to get our lunch and dinner. Now, I only eat this for dinner just because I am cutting, but you might be able to squeeze it in for lunch and dinner if you're bulking or if you just kind of break it up. All right, so the next thing is gonna be ground turkey, lean ground turkey, and rice. So as you can see here, you can get this big bag of rice for $11. It's like my favorite carbohydrate and it's the cheapest, so that's always awesome. So this last meal is gonna be the same sauce, whatever sauce you enjoy that you got with your breakfast. You're gonna mix that in with, I usually do a pound of ground turkey for dinner with 110 grams of rice, and then whatever sauce I can whip up.
Idaho Spud.
All right, now let's talk about some additives that we're gonna add to the diet that are gonna make it just a little bit better. So we have all the basics, and here are some things that you can get that will just add a little bit more variety to it. All right, low carb wraps are the best additive because you can take both of those meals that we have, the breakfast and our lunch/dinner, and throw them in a wrap, and I swear it's gonna change it up drastically. Something about the sweetness of the wrap just adds a little bit of a different flavor, and there's something nice about just eating a burrito, right? So get low carb wraps if you have the extra funds. Next up, popcorn. You don't have to get the bagged popcorn, but you can get like a Kroger or Aldi version of just the normal popcorn. Next up, sort of an additive, is Coke or any sort of pop that you like. I found that having a diet soda in my diet, even though it is kind of an additive, does help, and it keeps it very minimum. I don't have to buy any fancy desserts or any of these like fancy waters. Like just having some sort of diet pop helps keep it cheap, but also helps curb some of the sweet cravings that I'm having. All right, so for the bare minimum, the total comes out to around $75. If you're just gonna stick to the exact meals that I said, eggs, coleslaw, toast, and then we got yogurt, sugar-free syrup with fruit and Splenda. And then for lunch and dinner, eating lean ground turkey with the rice. I almost forgot about it. I said earlier that at dinner we'll have a little more variety. So we have the turkey and the rice, and sometimes I'll even mix in that coleslaw. But to add another option with the same foods that we already got, you could make protein French toast. How you do this is you take your low carb bread, let me buckle my seatbelt, your egg whites or eggs, and then a scoop of protein, and then your sugar-free syrup. How I typically prepare this is I will mix in the protein powder with the egg whites or egg, and then basically from there make French toast how you would normally make French toast, except now you're using low carb bread, you're using sugar-free syrup, and you have a scoop of protein powder in there. You can even top this with yogurt and some of the fruit. So that's what I do. All right, I was gonna go to the gym and do cardio, but your boy needs some brownie points. And this mirror needs hung up for my fiance. So I'm gonna get them brownie points, bruh. And we also have to do the laundry. We have to get the laundry out of the dryer. So we're gonna kill two birds with one stone. I'm gonna go downstairs, grab their laundry, grab my drill. When I come upstairs, I can bring the drill and the laundry, 2 brownie points in one go. No! The sheets are still wet. That's 1 brownie point. It'll work! Now, if my measurements were correct. Come on, bro. Look at that. Whoa, 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 whoa. Stop licking. All right, so I wasn't going to train or show you guys today's chest day, but then I got in here and I'm just feeling too good. I actually want to try a new movement too on flat bench. I never flat bench, but they have this bent bar that I think is for squatting, and also just so that when you're benching, it like goes around your body. I think I can get a crazy gnarly stretch with that. So I want to try that out, and I figured, you know what, I'm feeling good. I want to try a new movement out, so I might as well just show you the chest day. Now I think for right now, I'm trying to simplify my workouts down. I keep getting really ahead of myself and just adding more and more sets, adding more and more workouts. Before you know it, I'm in the gym for a bunch of time. Right now, before coming into the gym, I want to start like setting a number. Like, okay, we're gonna go in and we're gonna do, 10 hard sets, no matter what it is. So, like always, starting on incline. The incline Smith machine's taken up, so we're just gonna go ahead and rep out some incline barbell. My typical incline sets is 3 sets to failure, and the last set is a set to failure, rest, set to failure, and then immediate drop set. Grab it like that, All right, as you saw, that last set was really good. So we did failure, rest, failure, drop set. And I actually had to get the guy's help, the guy at the front desk. Thankfully, he was watching my set. I couldn't get it up, so I dropped it on my waist, which is fine, but I just couldn't get it over my knees, so he came over and got it over my knees for me. But go to absolute failure, even if you're in the gym by yourself, as long as there's other people there to kind of help you out, because at least you can scream or be like, hey, come help me. So it was good. All right, so now You can see we're getting this bent bar. Not sure how it's gonna feel. It's gonna want to spin on me, but I think it's gonna be really good because we're able to go past the field of, or the plane of the chest and let it stretch. So. I think lifting with boots adds 10 times more strength. You can argue if you want, but this is scientific evidence, all right? I'm a science-based lifter. All right, back at home, give a little recap of that workout. So started with the incline press, and I just knew, man, it was gonna feel so good. I don't know if it's because I was wearing a flannel and it's kind of tighter, it just feels good. So the incline press felt really good. Obviously I had the little hiccup where I almost died under the weight, but thankfully the worker saw me and picked it up. And then the bent bar things that I did, those were actually really good. I liked those a lot. What was weird is it wanted to flip over, so I kind of had to stabilize and keep it locked in, which helped, I guess, engage my chest a little more. And then obviously you got like a crazy stretch at the bottom there. And I'm not usually the one to do a flat bench, but I will do it if I know that the stretch is gonna be there. So like doing those or doing like any sort of flat press where the weight adducts in, I'll do. I love doing those. Then we wrapped up the workout with 2 sets of incline press, 2 sets of flies on just the pec deck, and then 2 sets of high to lows, cranking them boys out. Come on now. I really don't think you have to do a lot of lower chest. I think people tend to have a more developed lower chest, but that's honestly the first thing that dudes start training in the gym. Like if you tell a guy to start training lower or start training chest, they naturally just start training lower chest. I don't know why. Like, I think because the squeeze is a lot easier. Like, you know for sure if you're going down that you're squeezing that lower chest. Whereas when you're doing like an incline press, especially when you're young, it's super easy to incorporate too much shoulder or tricep. So naturally, we all can do a high to low or some kind of decline press pretty easily. So after years and years of doing those, it's time to really emphasize the upper chest, really emphasize doing incline press, doing incline flies, things like that. And it's really gonna bring your physique together, bring the chest together. Now that pump was insane, absolutely insane. And I wanna show you guys, okay? As crazy as it looks in the gym, as gnarly as someone can look in the gym and all pumped up, this, that, and the other, does not mean it's what they look like all the time, okay? People give me steroid accusations all the time, but they're seeing videos of me at my peak during my pump, okay? This is your boy normal. Big booty, big boobies, gyno, you know, like, yeah, it looks like I work out, but that's about it. I don't look like a crazy freak. And this is something you have to take into consideration when you're watching these influencers online. You're seeing the best point of their workout. You're seeing the most pumped that they were during that workout and the best lighting at the best spot. Now, obviously, I'm not gonna show you myself in crappy lighting. I want the pump to look sick, so I'm gonna go to the coolest lighting I can. But just something to think about, all right? I'm not trying to fool you guys. These are my unpumped boobies. All right. That's gonna wrap up today's workout, today's day. I hope you guys enjoyed the video showing you guys how to cut weight, get ripped on a budget. Always feel free to comment down below any questions you guys have. Obviously, commenting boosts the algorithm anyway, so go ahead and do that. If you haven't already, subscribe to me here. But yeah, apply for my one-on-one coaching, link down below. It's gonna take you to a page where you'll watch a video. I explain the workout program. And then from there, if you wanna apply, you and I will hop on a call. Outside of that, link to withdraw. My Christian clothing brand is also down below. Without further ado, I love you, Slicks. Remember to love God, lift weights, and live life.